Hello, everybody. So it is March Madness, aka my birthday's this weekend. Anyway, so super pumped. Listen, if the Lord would do anything amazing, don't you think he would do it on the third month of the year because 3 is like a big deal to him? That's what I think. That's what I'm claiming. So here's the thing. Tonight, Morgan and I are going to talk to you guys about what March Madness looks like. If you have been in for very long during February and January, maybe if you were even in during the end of 2019, going into this new year, you can kind of tell we have gone on this little journey so far in business where it's not super slow, but during the winter, it's kind of like a steady thing. Depends on what kind of seeds you were planting before that, but it's a steady thing. And then we hit the beginning of the year, and a lot of people are really interested in hitting their goals and using our products to do the things. So we start seeing this rev up in business. And now we are hitting that boom point. Honestly, the boom thing, one of the biggest things that happens during boom season is a lot of people who have been watching you for a long time, they're getting their tax returns. They're seeing maybe their diet plan was something that wasn't going to be a good fit for them. They're wanting to change things up because they're not seeing results yet. Like, people are hitting that point. It's starting to get warm out. So they're like, uh-oh, I need to look okay in spring and summertime clothes. So they're going to start talking to you. And then two, people are planning like spring break trips. They're planning summer trips. They're starting to think like that. And so people need to make some extra money to be able to have that kind of fun. So that is, for me, like when I think of like a picture of maybe like if I could do a snapshot of a destination that I'm going to, I'm seeing all of that. I'm seeing, okay, there's these people out there right now who they're interested in my coffee because of this. There's some people who have been waiting to get some money so that they could order with me. There's other people, ready to lose weight, whatever, ready to earn some money, like all of those reasons. That's kind of the vision that I get in my mind. And then I decide, okay, we're going to like move forward and like, this is the direction I'm going. I heard it on a Zoom, like I listened to like a dozen Zooms yesterday because it was month end. And so something that I heard was that whenever you treat this business like a ministry, and you no longer in your mind are you saying like, okay, I have this list here, and on my list I need to get X amount of LCs and X amount of DTs. It is good to know your number. It is good to know all of that. But just something to keep in mind, all the things that I just brought up to you, those are very human reasons to need what we offer. So it's not just a box to fill. It's not just a name like that. It is a human being that has a life and has purpose on their life and different things like that. And we have the amazing ability to help them with whatever that thing is. And so when we go into all this tonight, keep in mind when we say DTs, like we need to get some DTs, we need to get some people on our team because we know what we have our hands on, and we know where we're able to lead them, or maybe where your upline can help them get to. If you're new and you just want to bring some people with you and say, hey, we're just going to run this thing together, I'm learning at the same time you're learning, that's fine. But as we go through all the things right now, talking about what we're going to do this month to promote, just remember that every LC is a human being. It's a person maybe with skin issues that they've had for years, and your products are going to help them get their confidence back and maybe like revive their marriage or something. That person who's not able to buy diapers and groceries at the same trip, that's the person you're offering the opportunity to. And there's so many other needs being met out there. But so as we talk about it, just remember these numbers represent people. And once you get them in the system, you don't all of a sudden let them go. You don't forget about them, because that means you have to like reset on your volume and everything like that again. And that's a whole other thing that we'll talk about sometime. But just remember, these are people that we're talking about tonight. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. To me, I like the crazy. I like my phone to blow up. It makes me know something's going on. And if anything at all, with just knowing the track record of this company and knowing what the company is going for big time, the company is going for, what is it, $1 billion, right? To be $1 billion company. And we're a part of that. And this vision came from a small household of people who, like this couple who didn't want their kids to go without, who wanted more for them. That small vision that was right here, maybe at the kitchen table one night, turned into including us. And that gives me like Holy Spirit goosebumps everywhere. It gives me chills. It gets me excited. So embrace the crazy that comes along with maybe some tips that we share and some things that we can tell you that's like, hey, go do this, go do that, all the things. When you feel maybe overwhelmed by it or whatever, know that A, you have me and Morgan and whoever signed you up, and B, there is such a greater purpose to what you're doing than what you can maybe see right there in like the middle of it. Like, oh my gosh, my phone is going crazy because I got a hap up and it went nuts. It's okay. Breathe for a second and trust everything that's in your team page, and you'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to go over to Morgan really quick. She's going to go over some things. We're talking like all things promoting, just running hard. Like if you don't know what running is, all it means is that you are saying, I am in 100% control of what my check will look like in April. I have the ability to choose that. I'm not going to get knocked if I go over time, because if you have a traditional job and you go over and dip into like some overtime, sometimes people get mad at that. With this, that doesn't happen. But at the same time, with this, you can control if you get some bonuses along the way. You can make some cash selling your samples. Like you can do so many things. And so we just want you guys to get the most out of this season, because this season, you enjoying it is dependent on you. If you show up, you will enjoy it. We're going to dip into that now. So here goes Morgan. And I'm going to unpin myself. Unpin video. There we go. Okay. Morgan, you can take it away.
There we go. Yes. Okay. So just like what Hilary said, to enjoy this boom season, it is called boom season for a reason, because there's so much momentum. But being honest, not everyone booms during boom season. And you want to know why? Because they don't treat it like boom season. They treat it like, oh, I'll just like dip in here and there. I'll kind of work when I feel like it. And hopefully, because it's boom season, magic's going to happen. That's not how it happens. It happens because you are busting your butt day in and day out, doing everything that you need to be doing. And that's when the boom happens. Okay. You have to put in the work and the results will come. Two, I want y'all to understand what you have your hands on. This business and Mark and Cindy and our corporate and the family, they care about us so much. They don't have to do these bonuses. They don't. Most companies and average 9-to-5 jobs don't give out bonuses. Maybe they do. Me and Hilary were just talking about this. Like maybe they're super small. Maybe it's like $1 raise a year. I don't know. I've never really had to, after college go out and get a job. But what we have our hands on is incredible. If you really dig deep in our comp plan, and I heard this from Amber Parker, who is on the field development team. She's one of the liaisons that travel around. And she said, if you really dig deep in the comp plan and understand it, they have made it to where each and every one of us should be making $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month. I dare you to go to another job and say, hi, I want to start working here and busting my butt, but this is how much I want to be making a month. How can I make that happen? They will look at you and laugh in your face because that's not possible. But with this business, it's possible. And like I tell people all the time, we get to write our own paychecks. That's a blessing and a curse. Because the people that are going to work day in and night for it, their paychecks are going to skyrocket and they're going to grow and they're going to help more people. But the people that don't want to do it, you can't, back against the wall, just fall back on a basic salary job. That's not what we have. We are commissions. People that make commissions off of things are the most wealthy people in the world because there's no limit. There's no limit. Okay? So, know what you have your hands on. Going with that. This is boom season. March Madness is here. Get on the train and do the work, okay? Number one, you're probably wondering, well, where do I start? Get out your 9 list, get out your steps to success, get out your chart. Those things, if you do not have those done by today, good luck promoting. And I'm going to be very honest with this Zoom because this is like the end of a 90-day push, but the start of so much more for 2020 because I'm telling myself I'm not slowing down in 2020. I slowed down in 2019. The summer went really low because life happened and I let it control me and I didn't control it. I'm not letting that happen this year. So I'm going to keep the momentum. You can come with me or you can stay going slow. I will be there either way. I'm not saying I'm just going to like peace out, Girl Scout, and bail, but this is setting you up for how you want your 2020 to be. Okay. So your 9 list, get it out, have it printed out, written out, something. You have to have it out. Do not just have it on your phone. You need it out. Get out your steps to success and get out your chart. If you do not have a chart out, if you are not Ruby, get your Ruby chart out or get your diamond chart out. Like my girls, like we just get diamond, okay? Unless we need to like really strategically go for Ruby, but get a chart out. That is your roadmap. Your 9 list is what you should be doing every single day. You should be doing it every single day. We are all busy, okay? When I started this, my life had a million things going on. Now, yes, I do this full time, but I still don't just sit around on my phone 8 hours a day. I have other things that I need to be doing as well. But you have to do it every single day. This business is a consistency business. If you are not consistent, you will not be successful. I'm telling you that right now. It will not happen. There's no one in this business that has ever been successful and has not been consistent. Be consistent, please. There's really you got to do it. Like, there's really no other way around it. Like, I'm trying to find words, but you have to do it. If you don't show up to your job consistently, why would you expect your paycheck to grow? Be consistent. That is what your daily list is. That is what your 9 list is. You got to do it. Your steps to success. That is what the company has given us and said, if you do this every single month, you will be successful. Now, how do you fill out your steps to success? You have your 9 list. Okay, so they go hand in hand. You can't do your steps to success, or you can't fill that out and not have your 9 list. You can't also do your 9 list and not fill out your steps to success. They go hand in hand. You got to have them both. Now, when you have both and you're doing the things daily, you're enrolling like you should, your chart will be filled out. You will promote. It will happen. If you are not promoting, are you filling out your steps to success? If you are, you should be doing your daily list as well. Okay? So you have to do them all. You have to get out. Those are your roadmaps. Do not come to me, and this is really just like for my girls, but even everyone else, do not come to me and say, I'm just not where I want to be. Do you have your list out? Well, no. No. The conversation stops there. And I'm being super blunt because this is such a pivotal moment and there's $15,000 bonuses on the line. You got to put your big girl panties on and go. And Hilary's going to talk on this too about business mindset and employee mindset because I'm not your boss. I am not. I'm your team member and we're locking arms and we're doing this together. I'm not here to do this and tell you what to do. That's not my job. I'm here to encourage you and help you and lead you, but you got to do the work. And how are you going to make sure you do the work? Your goals got to be big enough. What are you going towards? What are you having to live without right now? What do you need to pay for? What situation do you want to get out of? I say all the time, I'm living at my parents' home. My number one goal right now is to move out. I don't have an option to not do my list. Because I don't do my list and I don't enroll, and I don't get my paycheck, I'm stuck here. I don't want to live here. Like, I love my parents, but I got to be out on my own. I got bills to pay. I got a lot of bills to pay. So you have to know your goals. And if you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can live without that, come up with a new goal. Your goal should be so ingrained in you that if someone said that, that's not possible, that you would just bawl crying, because you have to make it happen. You can't live without it. I know a big why for Hilary is her girls. She doesn't have to look at her girls and say, sorry, we can't do that because mommy didn't do her list. Hell to the no. We're not letting that happen. Okay? So whether you have kids or not, I don't have kids to be able to look at that. But I don't want to stay here. I want to get out on my own. I want to achieve some things. I know I'm probably going to have kids one day, and I don't want to have to say no to them. I'm not going to give them everything they want, because that's where, crazy kids happen. But you have to have a goal. You have to have your list, your daily list, your steps, your chart, and a goal that's big enough. Wherever you sit and work, you know what? Never mind. I want you to write down your biggest goal and put it on your bathroom mirror. Because I'm sure you look at yourself every single day, because you should be brushing your teeth and washing your hands. If you don't, you're dirty. But put it on your bathroom mirror and look at it every single day. And if it doesn't bring a tear to your eye, come up with a bigger dream. Come up with a bigger goal. It should ache inside of you that I don't care if you got 50 no's. I really don't care. Message someone else. Find someone else. Because there's yeses out there. I talk to them every single day. Hilary talks to them every single day. Don't tell us there's no one that's interested, or everyone knows about it, or no one thinks they work, or everyone's not interested. Find someone else. There's people out there. Hilary said some crazy statistic on how many people turn 18 every day. That's when people can join. Go find the 17-year-olds and say, when's your birthday, and write them down and say, I'm messaging you the day after. I mean, come on. We're open in over 22 countries. Go international. I don't know. We do everything on our phone anyways. It's not like you got to go visit them and they're like Asia. I don't even think we're open in Asia actually, but whatever. Like, come on. Just do the work. What we do is the most simple type of work out there. You post on your story. We give you the post anyways, or you're screenshotting someone else. That's easy. You post on your feed. You're doing it anyways. You were doing it before you joined. So what's the difference? You got to message some people. We give you what to message. Make a text replacement. You're done in 2.5 seconds. That's not hard. Follow up with people. You're still sending a message we already gave you. Listen to a podcast. Do it in the car. Do it as you're getting ready, in the shower. Like, you don't have to sit down. Like, what we do is so freaking easy. Or it's not easy, because it does get hard. It's simple. It's very, very simple. So you have the things that you do. Now what? You stay focused. You put your head down and stop looking at everyone else, and you get to work. Get to work. You have all the things. I'm not trying to toot me and Hilary's horns, but honk honk, we have some killer team pages. We have so much stuff for y'all to use, and now Courtney has a team page. Like, you got everything you need. You have everything you need. But we can't do the work for you. We can't, and we won't, because we have our business as well. You have to be disciplined enough to do the work. Your goals have to be big enough to say, I don't feel like it today, but go look at your bathroom mirror and what'd you write down? I've had some stomach bug for over a week. I don't even want to tell y'all how many times that I've been in the bathroom. I don't even want to go there, but I gotta work. And Hilary's gone through stuff this past month, but we get to work, and we were topping rollers in February because we got to work. We cut the BS. We cut the excuses. And we just did the things. And when we got done with our list, we did it again. You just have to do it. Exactly. When you don't feel like it, or when you're sick, or you don't feel good, or life's happening, do you rather have to go like deal with that issue, but you can still be on your phone? Or do you want to get ready, drive to your job, sit at a job and put a happy face on because God forbid if you don't, you get fired? I mean, come on. You're on your phone. You're on it anyways. Get your list out and just do it. And if whatever is going on, do one thing, check it off, deal with other things. Come back, do another thing, check it off, do another thing. It's not rocket science, but you have to put in the work. And especially right now with these bonuses, and now the fast starts being $50 more and all that's going on, like, we would be dumb not to take advantage of that. I'm not calling y'all dumb, like, don't go there. But like, this is such an incredible opportunity. Like, come on. There's so much growth. People have quadrupled their paychecks in this time of year. Shay went from, what was it, a paid executive making $200 a month before conference, came out of conference, and a month later, she's making like $6,000. A couple months after that, she's making 5 figures. And before she went to conference, you know how many people were working on her team? 2? 1 or 2? Barely anyone. Come on. Even if you don't have no one right now, find them. Even if you got 1, keep going. If you got 2, keep going. I have a good chunk of girls running right now, but guess what? I'm going to keep going. You know why? And it's not that they're not good enough, because my girls, I love y'all, but we got more lives to change. I know y'all have girls following y'all right now. If y'all were just consistent, they would join you in a heartbeat because they want to change their life. So you just have to put forth the work. We all had a story coming into this about why we needed this business, and you'd be surprised how many people could relate to your story. We all have a story, and it's all different. Someone that needs this business might not relate to me, but they might relate to you. And if you're not sharing it, you're being selfish. You have to share your story. You need to tell people and get vulnerable. I'm not saying air out your dirty laundry. There's stuff that I wouldn't share on social media. It's not the place for it. But there is a place on telling people why you joined and why you wanted to get out of that and what goals you're going to reach. Because all those posts, you know what they give people? It's hope. It gives people hope that they don't have to keep living the way that they're living. They don't have to keep struggling. They don't have to stay in their same situation, because there is a way out. And you could be that person that could get them out. And by us not sharing this opportunity and our story, we're pushing them back in that situation that they don't want to be in. And they're hoping and they're praying for a way out. You'll hear a lot of leaders say too, I was just praying for something to come along. And then I saw a post. People are praying for this to come along. People are praying. And it could be your post that they see. But you got to share it. You got to do the work. You'd be surprised how many people will come out of the woodworks that are watching you, but you got to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, they're not going to watch. You're going to get filtered out, and they're going to be like, oh, well, she posts every once in a blue moon, but I don't really know what she's doing, because like she doesn't really post. But then when she does, like, I'm kind of interested, but like, you know, so you have to just keep sharing that. Because too, I'm about to pass it to Hilary, but how long did you watch your enroller? You can't expect people to just see one post and join on the spot. I did. Now that's very rare. That's very, very rare. I didn't even know what I was joining. But most people, they have to watch you. So that's why being consistent is so important. So, Hilary, take it away on mindset and these crazy codes and all that good stuff.
Okay, so here's the thing. I had like a lot of different stuff just pop up in my mind. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to like kind of go all over, but hope that it all blends together. So right now, I want you to see, so, you know, I told you guys really quickly about that vision that you have in front of you. Like you see like the scenery. Okay, we've like set the scene. We know who we're driving towards, and Morghan just told you and why we're driving towards them. So here's the thing. You are using this business as a vehicle. It's either a vehicle for you to have hair and nail money. It's a vehicle for you to have grocery money. It's a vehicle for you to get to move out of a house, get to do things, like whatever it is. It is a vehicle. So here's the thing. You get in, like, imagine yourself right now. You're getting in the car and you are buckling up. Your chart is your roadmap. Here's the thing. Just side note really quick. Do you want to know how to get a $15,000 bonus? All you need is 15 distributors. Can you talk to 15 people who may be wanting to get into a business like this? And can you show them how to get 7 loyal customers? And those customers be of 80 BV or more. Guess what? If they bought the 60 serving package of our Skinny Brew coffee, if they could sell that to 7 people, you taught all 15, and maybe you didn't teach them, maybe me or Morgan taught them. You know, we're here to help your team grow, and that means we're here to coach them too. So simply, if you're like, okay, my little car just turned into a people mover van, and I'm going to stuff it full of 15 girls who are going the same direction as me, and I'm going to teach them how to each get 7 customers each at 80 BV or more, you will be diamond and you will get a $15,000 bonus. That is how simple this really can be, y'all. Like how simple it could be. But here's the thing. So if you get in though, and you're the person in the driver's seat, because this is your business, that's your van, this is your vehicle. So you get in the driver's seat, you buckle up, and you are scared to death of pressing the gas forward. I just want to ask you, what kept you from pressing the gas last month if you were already in, or maybe earlier today? The reason why it's 8:30 at night Central Time and you haven't made a post yet today, or you haven't, posted on your story today. What kept you from doing that? Because the thing is like, I just had this conversation with one of my girls, and the conversation was, okay, what pieces do you feel like we're missing? And simply put, she felt like her mindset needed to change. But I'm sorry, when I went and I had to work, so I did hair for a while. I worked in a retail store for a while. I didn't have to do self-development or get my mind right to know I'm supposed to go clock in right now because I need money. So sometimes I think because this vehicle, this car that you've never driven before, this definitely, if you're trying to go diamond, this van that you've never driven before, it can be a little scary. But do you know that the green light, it means go? Do you know when you press the gas pedal on that car, it's going to go forward? Do you know that you can stop and you can go a little bit slower, that you can change gears? Like, do you know that you can do that? Because that's that's honestly, when we say this is easy, it's because it really is as simple as driving a vehicle. Like, if you know how to do that, if you have known one time how to do, like, just go around a block, go around that block 15 more times and pick up one girl each time. Like, there you go. And then consider that block to be your list. Okay. So here's the thing. If you're not running an auto shipment yet, I want to touch on this really quick because this is something that we don't always talk about. So if you are not running an auto shipment yet, I was that girl for the first 3 months of my business. I didn't run an auto shipment unless I had the LCs coming in. Like, what I did is I got the LCs to cover me being commission qualified. If you have questions about that because you're new, go to your leader, ask all about that. Okay. But if you know what an auto shipment is, then, but you haven't been running it, that is step 1 on your steps to success. Here is why. People will believe you. I go off about coffee, and guess what? People are like, what is that you're adding in your coffee? I'm like, girl, it is the coffee. Let me show you my results pictures. And then let me show you a couple other people who have body types that are completely different than mine that got results too. Like, that's what I do. I just mix up, like, who got what. Uh-oh, we lost Morgan. But anyway, so I just mix up, like, who got what and all the things, what results from everything. And as I show them that, they believe me so much faster. So I'm going to tell you, Here's how you run your auto shipment without having to pay for it. If you can go sell 8, like I would say 8 to 10 samples of the Skinny Brew using the sampling app, if you can do that and you could sell them for $20, then put that money to the side. That first 8 to 10 people that you asked, set that money to the side, and then go use it for your auto shipment and start getting on the products. The company has seriously made it so easy, because now we make money every day, we make it every week, and then we make it monthly by the commissions. So that's number one. Start doing an auto shipment. If you can't afford it, sell samples, use your sample cash to get an auto shipment. And if you don't know this yet, don't go the route of, I'll just make up my own order and order when I can, because to be commission qualified, you need more BV when you do it that way. So if you do it through an auto shipment, it is 80 BV, and that's less. It's easier to do it, and it's cheaper. Okay. So there's a little tip about that. The next thing is, I want you to consider, like, okay, if you have 15 of your girlfriends, because I'm talking from a place of diamond right now, okay? So you have 15 friends, you have 15 family members, whoever, then you're like, hey, I'm gonna come by, I'm gonna pick you up, I'm taking you on this journey. Like, I'm taking you to this place, we're about to go to Disneyland, it's about to be crazy, all the things. You tell them that you are going to come pick them up. But what happens when your vehicle, hold on, y'all, sorry, Morgan's having issues. Yes, sorry. Okay. I don't know what happened on her end, but okay. So what happens when you tell all your friends, you tell all of them, hey, we're going somewhere, I'm gonna come by at this time and I'm gonna pick you up. So you tell all of them that. What happens when you get there and they're like, wait, I don't recognize who's driving this van. Like, I don't want to get in. So would your friends hop in a vehicle when you said you were the one that you would be the one picking them up to take them to this place? Whether that place is, hypothetically, it is joining the business or it's buying products. If you are not the person who shows up, they're not going to want to get in the van. So here's my question to you. When you're putting out content, are you being yourself? Are you being somebody that your people trust? Or did you completely change the way that you talk? Did you completely change the way that you do everything on social media all of a sudden because you joined a company? Because my thing is like, I know the people who jumped in with me immediately, like y'all, when I was in your position last year, when I was brand new, I got charted double diamond in 1 month of being in the company. I did not go double diamond because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I definitely didn't know how to sign that many customers, and it was insane. But I had a chart full of people ready to work with me. Now, and obviously, like, they didn't all stay and stuff like that. It all happens because I was just brand new. But I had people who bought into the business because of me, because they knew I was the one driving the vehicle. I didn't show up looking and sounding and acting like somebody I'm not. So when you're on social media, are you being yourself? When you message somebody, are you being yourself? Like, or are you just using a script and thinking like, well, this is the script I was given, so it must work. Yes, use the script, but at the same time, if it is nowhere near how you would talk, tweak 1 or 2 or 5 words to make it sound like you. Because if you sound like somebody different, those people who have followed you for X amount of time on social media, they are not going to want to get in that van. They're not going to trust where it's going. They're going to be like, who is this? Because she all of a sudden is acting brand new, and like, I'm not about that. Because that's what a lot of people don't like about the type of companies like that are like ours. A lot of people don't like that stuff. They don't like fake. They don't like that kind of thing. So, hello, welcome back. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I was so scared. But anyway, so when it comes to that, so that's just like one thing that I would say with that. So when you're thinking about, are you being yourself? And then the second question that goes right along with that same analogy. So you show up, you're that person. Would you buy from you? Would you, like, with the right now, with the way that you post and like if somebody else was running a business the way that you're running yours, would you go buy from them? And that might sound harsh and stuff, but like there are days that I wouldn't buy from me because maybe, so here's where it gets weird with me, okay? I talk about the coffee all the time. It is harder for me to sell other products because I don't really talk about them very often, and I don't share any of my own results about them very often. So maybe there's been times in the past when the company came out with a BOGO of a different type of product that wasn't one that I used all the time. I rarely sell those because I don't talk about those very much. So I'm not really consistent in sharing, certain things. So anyways, so would somebody buy from you based off of what you're putting out there? And then the last thing I want to say is, so again, you're in this vehicle. If you are pressing, you feel like, okay, Hilary, I get it. I know what I am showing up, how I'm supposed to show up. Like I am being myself. I have tweaked the things that my leader has given me. I've done that. I'm pressing the gas. I'm going around the block. I'm doing my list. I'm doing all of that. But for whatever reason, I'm not getting the results that you guys are promising. Here's what I'm going to say. I have been there and I just recently figured out what I needed to tweak. It had nothing to do with my mindset. I believe in the company. I believe in myself to get the things done. I was doing the things. And then what I found out is the block that I was circling was just not a good block for this type of business. And that's really it. So what I mean by that is my network was not the type of network, because sometimes you will get into that. Sometimes you will have a lot of followers or following or whatever that are seeing your content, that they are just not the type of people who are into this. Sometimes that happens. So what do? You are not going to keep wasting your gas, because that's when we feel burned out and we're over it and we're like, nope, I'm done. So here's what you do. You say, you know what? This like is getting pretty dull to keep going around this right here. Maybe I should turn off and go this other direction some. So that's what I did. And that's when I signed 4 DTs back to back. And then I ended up getting a bunch of other customers because I switched the direction that I was going driving. So what I mean by that is, if you have been going to the same bloggers, if you've been going to the same Facebook groups, wherever you go to grow your network, I'm going to ask you to shake it up a little bit and test that out. Because if you are pressing the gas, if you're doing all the things that we've told you and you're still not getting results when it comes to social media, you're being consistent, you're doing the things, then I'm going to say your problem is your network. Because if you go around that block and no one's biting, it's like you go to, so I don't know if anybody knows how to fish, but if you are using certain lures that are meant to sink to the bottom and catch a catfish, you are not going to catch a bass. Bass are like prettier to catch. You're not going to get this like nasty catfish or whatever, but like you're going to catch this like big pretty fish. Okay. So the thing is though, if you are constantly casting a lure into something like, a bait or whatever, into a pond that is not a fit for that pond, gotta get up out of that pond. Like you just have to move and say, you know what? I trust the business. I trust my leadership. I trust that there is a new 18-year-old born every minute, like, or not born, but has a birthday every minute. I trust that there's a new mom out there that's like, I don't want to have to leave my baby, because that hits that. A lot of moms don't plan on being stay-at-home moms until they get to cuddle up with their baby for like 6 weeks. And they're like, oh crap, here comes the end of my, my time, and I have to go back to work, and they don't want to. There are people that are ready every day. There really are. People have real life events every day, but they just don't happen to live socially on the block that you keep circling. So you just have to say, okay, my vehicle's set. I'm good to go. I have my roadmap. I have my things. So I'm going to go dip into a different type of network. So if you have only gone to bloggers of a certain type, then maybe look for a different type of blogger. I did that. Like, this sounds like really goofy. I'm just going to say it. So I'm biracial. I'm mixed. And a lot of the people who I was following, I wasn't getting follow backs. And then all of a sudden, I go find these bloggers who are like white women married to like black men, and they have all these little like mixed babies and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you guys are so cute. And I follow them, and guess what? Like, we relate on that type of level. And there I go, like all of a sudden my network started like blowing up, and I started getting way more followers. Like I got like 200 follow backs in a week, and I was like, holy moly, my network hasn't grown like this in forever. And it's just because you just find like your people out there. Because the thing is, the people that my story is meant for, the people that my presence online is meant for, is not going to be the same as yours. And that's why I believe like our call when it comes to using this business as a ministry and a way to serve people, it's because what we share, it's for a certain tribe of people out there, and we speak their language, and they have been waiting on somebody to stand up and to share, like Morgan said, like share that hope with them, share that there is something there for them. So if you feel like you were doing all the things, your vehicle is intact, like you are doing it, promise you, find a new network, go find a new block to start going around, and it seriously changes everything. If you have questions about finding a different network, we can always dig deeper into some of that kind of stuff later on, or you can always ask Morgan or me, you know, whoever your leader is. But that was like one of the biggest things. You just have to do a mind check and say, okay, what's blocking me? Like, what is blocking me? Because I do know the stuff. So what is blocking me? You check that. And then you say, okay, my vehicle, it's ready to go. Like, there are no issues. Checked under the hood. Like, I checked all the things, no issues. Then it really is probably your network, and you just need to shake it up. Okay. So, Morgan, are you good to go? Okay. So I'm going to let Morgan go into stuff because she's about to tell you guys just more about the power of you showing up and closing out like this month really strong by starting strong now and like making this commitment to yourself and doing all the things. So she's going to go into that, and then I'm going to pray us out after that, and then we're going to go listen to Mark and find out what amazing new stuff they want to give us. Okay.
Okie doke. I'm going to go quick. First of all, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My Zoom like crashed, and then I thought, I don't know. Then I got on my phone, and then my hot mess. Technology is hard. Okay, so I want to touch on real quick, last few minutes, showing up. Okay, you'll hear a lot of people say you got to show up to go up. You have to show up. And you're probably like, well, what does that even mean? Getting on Zooms. So if you were on a Zoom tonight, thank you so much for showing up, because you're not only showing up for us to pour into you, you're showing up for your business. And what you're essentially saying is, this is important enough to me. I'm going to pour back into myself so I can pour in my business to reap the harvest. That's what you're saying. Again, it's 1 hour in 7 days. I mean, come on. Like, we are all busy, but it's 1 hour. Okay. So it's definitely important to show up. Also showing up. Other Zooms. I know Courtney Bohr sometimes has them on Tuesdays. Courtney Lavey, we have them on Thursdays. We have this one on Sundays. I get it. There's kind of like a lot going on. Plus, any guest ones we can hop on. They're in the chat, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, like there's a Zoom every night at every hour. Like, I'm busy. It's okay. But the priority ones are like this one, Courtney Lavey's, things like that. You have to show up. By showing up, basically, Hilary said it to me the other day, you got to stay close to the fire, okay? You got to think of your business. If you want your business to be hot and you are just going and going and going and you're on fire and you have that fire in you, fire's hot, okay? How do you get that way? By staying close to the fire. And how do you stay close to the fire? You show up. Whether it's an event, if you're close to a certain area to where there's events going on, go to the event. Go hear other people's stories. Meet other people. Just show up. Get on these Zooms with us. Watch other trainings. If you have extra time throughout your day, if you have like a long commute somewhere or you're just in the car, sometimes I listen to them like when I'm in the shower because I take a long shower. So it's a good time for me to like knock out a good training, stuff like that. part of showing up is kind of hand in hand with self-development. You just have to do it, and you have to stay close to that fire. You need to be involved in group chats when you are in them, whether it's our team chat or push chats, anything like that. Be involved in them. No, I'm not saying be glued to your phone and answer every single question someone asks, but be checking them regularly. Be watching the trainings we put in there. Be getting tuned in on updates that we give, things like that. You have to stay in that close knit. Check the team page, things like that. Even if you are super busy, check it first thing in the morning when you wake up, maybe around lunchtime, and then maybe at the end of the day, right before bed. No, I'm not saying be on your phone at all hours of the day, but this is a business. You need to stay tuned in. You need to, know what's going on, things like that. Because you might miss out on something that you're like, dang, well, I wish I would have known that, but you would have if you, stayed in tune with things. So showing up, staying plugged in, staying tuned in. We're not in this business to do this alone. And if any point in this business you feel like you're singled out and you're alone and you're by yourself and you're just like, no one's here to help me, like I'm just, secluded, get more involved. Okay, like we're here, reach out to whoever your leader is, me or Hilary, and we can chat, because we don't want you to feel that way. Like we want you to feel included. You are on a team, and a team is people that work together. So if at any time that you don't feel like you're getting that, let us know and we can fix that. But part of that too, you have to do your part by staying plugged in, responding to things and interacting with people, things like that. If you find someone like on your leader's team that you would just really want to partner up with and work together, do that. Have an accountability partner and work together and do Zooms like this and just get on and like work, play music, or put on a little training and just work. You don't really have to talk to each other. Just work. Just have someone to check in with, have someone to talk with. If you're going through something and you're like, hey, how would you say this? Get another, person's point of view of something. Have that community aspect, because too, it will make it so much more fun versus just, this really isn't different than a 9-to-5 job because I'm just showing up and working and then I'm kind of still by myself. This is that type of business. And if you feel like that, we got to change it like now, because that's not how it should be. But showing up is so important, because you're investing in yourself and treating this like a business, as you should, by taking that time again to get on these Zooms, to get on other trainings, things like that. Especially now, there's so many amazing trainings on social media, mindset, TikTok, if you want to try that out, if, how to utilize all these promotions. Like there's so much going on. Like there's a new one almost every day I see on my YouTube pop up that I want to watch. And they're just so good because there's so many leaders pouring into us. So take that time to watch at least one a day. Just one a day. Normally, yes, some of them are an hour, but some of them are shorter. Excuse me. But staying close to the fire, staying invested in your business, pouring into yourself, because you are going to get discouraged. You're going to get those negative thoughts in your head. Like, how can this even happen? How can I reach this? How can I reach that? You're going to look at volume one day and be like, oh, I'm so far away. You have to stay plugged in. Communicate with us. If you're having a bad day, literally text me, I'm having a bad day. I'm not going to respond and be like, well, I don't care. Send out 15 more messages. I would never do that. And Hilary would never do that. I don't think. No, she wouldn't. Because if she would, then I would message her. But let us know. Like, we're not only here to like help you be successful, like we're your friend. If you're having a bad day, tell us. Hey, I'm having a sucky day. Even if it's outside of the business, like you can have a bad day. I've some days like had a great day in the business. I've enrolled. I got some girls started. I'm excited. But my day, it's been a mess. It's okay. Talk to us. Let us know. If you have an awesome day, if there's something that really good happened in your life that you're just excited to share, tell us. I love sometimes talking to y'all, not even about the business, because I want to get to know y'all. I want to get to know what's going on. I had no idea that Jessica literally lived like 10 minutes outside where like my cousins grew up. And me at LSU, we were like, I don't know, a 20-minute drive. And we just got to talking about that one night. I love hearing just like random things going on, because I want to make friends, because I'm here by myself with my parents, and they're only so much fun. But staying plugged in, making those friends, even if some of them are on Hilary's team, they don't have to be on my direct downline. Talk to some of Hilary's girls. Talk to some girls under Courtney or Kristen's team. Like, I'm not saying go to some like random other person on like, you know, someone else's downline, but kind of like in our saying like Diamond Tribe community, or even like our Now Legacy Builders page. That would be really great to utilize and stuff like that. But find someone that you just, you know, is going after the same goal. If y'all are both going after Ruby, work together because y'all are shooting for the same thing. You know what I mean? And just, that's really it. I kind of lost where I was going with that. But stay close to the fire, stay involved, find that community. I mean, you already have the team page, the team chats, you got all that things. But if you want something a little more close-knit, like, we have girls that would like love working with each other. That's how like me and Hilary, you know, got so close because we're just like, we're going through the same thing. We're in it together. Like, let's go. And now we literally talk every single day, nonstop every single day. So, anyways, that's all I really had. So, part of showing up too is after this, going on Mark's call. I don't want y'all shutting this off and closing your computer and turn on Netflix. Hop onto the call because I am hoping and praying to God that he keeps these $69 codes for this month. Please, Jesus. So hop on the call. I don't even know now. I like threw it off with all this going on. Hop on the call. Hilary's going to pray for us.
Okay. So, yes, I'm like, more, Lord. So that's what we're going to pray. Lord, I just thank you for all of the women that were able to get on this call, and for everybody who is represented by the leadership here. So if they weren't able to get on it, Lord, we thank you for them and their commitment to this business. God, we just ask that you would just show us the more. Give us a glimpse of that amazing thing that you have for us, whether it's just a little bit more breathing room because financially you provided through this business, or maybe it's from new friendships and relationships, or maybe it's something that's going to come from using some products that actually change us more than we realized when it comes to like using them and all everything like that. So Lord, we just ask that you would just move in a mighty way, God, that you would lead us to the people who need this, that you would highlight to us maybe people that we've been scared to reach out to, that we would see that you have a bigger vision of all of this. So we would just be obedient to share it with others because it truly is bigger than us. So Lord, I just thank you. Thank you for the freedom that we have to be able to even do this kind of business. We live in an amazing country to be able to have that. So we just thank you for that, God, and we thank you for this time that we've had together. In Jesus' name, amen. Woo! Okay, so talk to you guys later. We are all going to go hop on the family call. So like Morgan said, jump on the family call on Mark's team page. And if you're wondering how to find it, I'm sure that it will get shared to your team chat. So we will talk to y'all later.